According to Judaism, the Jewish court can only recognize as a testimony what people saw with their own eyes. A person who saw something through a video camera is not considered a witness, and a video recording is never considered as a complete proof. And this is taking root from the 5 books of Moses itself. As it says over there, that court has to rely on what live witnesses have seen with their own eyes. And you will say, well, of course, the Torah doesn't mention video cameras because it was given thousands of years ago. And back then there was no video, there was no surveillance, there was no recordings. So maybe the Jewish court system just never caught up with modern technology. Some people will even say this is exactly why religion needs to be updated for the 21st century. But I think maybe the opposite might be actually true. The Torah doesn't rely on video evidence not because it didn't know about the inventions of the 21st century, but perhaps precisely because it did know about them. Video recording only really became common in courts a few decades ago. In the United States, courts only formally began allowing video evidence in 1981. So for most of human history, and even in the modern legal systems, video evidence is actually a very recent development. And now look at where we are today. In just past few years, AI has made it possible to create fake videos, deepfakes, that are sometimes impossible to distinguish from real ones. There have been already cases where people were almost convicted or even jailed based on fake visual evidence. And this is just the beginning. As technology improves, we may reach a point where no video, no image, no recording can be ever fully trusted, even by experts. Jewish law requires live human witness, a person who can be questioned, challenged, cross-examined, people who take responsibility for what they saw. A camera cannot do that. A video cannot answer questions. A recording can take an oath. So here's a question. If the Torah would have said you can rely on recordings as evidence, and this would be true a few decades ago, what would we do today with this law? The Torah law deals only with absolute truths, the truths that are everlasting. This is why the Torah law itself doesn't change. What was true 100 years ago has to also remain true today. So for about 40 or 50 years, in all of human history, video seemed to be the most reliable form of evidence that we ever had. But that moment is already passing. The Torah doesn't deal with what is temporarily convincing. It deals with what is fundamentally true and reliable. And yet we are already living in a world where recordings cannot be fully trusted. So maybe the Torah law is written this way not because 3,500 years ago its author did not know about modern inventions, but because he did know about them.